I tell you what, talk about a weekend that did not go as planned.
I'm laughing because I'm just thinking about over the last 2 weeks what it's taken actually to get to this point to record tonight. It's been
It
a
has not
long.
been easy.
No, it has not. It has
Yes.
been a crazy few weeks. Um, I'm glad we were able to do it today. Hopefully, we'll get back on a
Yes.
better schedule. Sorry, everybody. I
I-
was on spring break last week, so that was last week's excuse, and I got home late on Friday. And somehow in my head thought that I can go over 20 something courses on Saturday morning. And my buddy called and said, "Hey, come golf with us, real golf in the real world on Saturday." So I went and did that. And so I'm guilty. I played real golf on Saturday versus do my homework for B2B. Sorry.
yeah, and then I had some challenges too, which was, we were going to record Friday, and then things got too late, and I had a track meet the next day. I had a day-long track meet. You had something going
Yep.
on that night, so Scott. But then last night, I got either a stomach bug or food poisoning and lost my soul.
Oh.
And I'm still not right. So, when we get to the next segment, I will not be having a drink. My stomach is still not well. There were several points during the evening where had to make a strategic decision on whether to sit on the toilet or to worship the toilet.
And what did you do? A bit of both?
Yeah, I'm not, that's TMI.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave it at that.
TMI.
So,
Yeah.
but you have recovered enough 12 hours later to actually do this tonight. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sitting here and actually have shivers. So I'm not sure,
Oh.
I'm sitting here and I got the chills. I have my sweatshirt on, but I'm shivering and I'm not doing so well. So if this is not my most chipper show, you guys understand. Okay.
All good. We will absolutely get you back on your feet, and then we'll get this show recorded. We'll get going, and
Yeah.
we're back, and then we should be good for next week. Now, we should let some folks know we're playing around with some new tech today.
Yep.
And so you should see some a little differences here and there. Not a lot of difference, a little difference. And we're crossing our fingers a little bit that the tech works for the whole show. So stay tuned.
Yes. We'll see how the things work out. Whether the audio is okay, we might have to work on a couple things. We'll figure it out. But anyway, let's get to it. So,
Let's go.
um, if we decide here to have a couple drinks. Well, you're going to have a drink,
I
right?
am gonna have a drink. You're not, which is
Yes.
probably a good thing for you. Don't have a drink. I am nothing fancy. We have a bottle lined up for you and I for next show. We actually went to the store and we have chosen a bottle of bourbon, and the two of us will be reviewing it on next week's episode. For tonight, though, I have it's 291. It is a local. I think the area code 291 area code is the bottle and a little local bourbon, a little small batch bourbon. We had it on the show probably about 3 months ago or so. It's good. I enjoy it a lot.
Nice. Well, at least you're enjoying something because I have a big old bottle of water.
I'll try to enjoy for both of us.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
And then if we get into more of like a golf story today, I have something which is actually some good news on my side, actually fun news. So you might be aware, people might be aware that I created the Hershey Country Club East and West.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, hold before you go into your story real quick.
yeah.
Can Steve cue up any golf story music? Do we have any golf story music queued up?
Let's see, how's that?
Oh, thank you, Steve. Perfect. We got to do it. Love it. All right. So yeah, Hershey Country Club.
So one of the guys in my indoor league approached me the other day, and he said, "Hey, I've got some interesting news." And I said, "What's that?" He has been promoted to the general manager of the Hershey Country Club.
Really?
Yes. So it sounds like I'm
Wow.
going to be playing quite a bit more at the Hershey Country Club as a guest.
Nice.
So pretty exciting.
Nice. That's great. That's exciting news.
Yeah. So
Um,
everybody in the neighborhood's kind of excited about that one.
One of these days when we get our Pennsylvania trip on the books, we'll have to see if he'll get us out there to
Yeah.
play when I come out that direction, you
Yeah,
know?
for sure. I will say
Um,
that the golf courses around here in general aren't that great. So
yeah, whatever. Golf is good.
yeah.
I no golf story except like we are in full swing. The season we're hitting 70s now. We'll get this time of year. We will get the storm that comes through with some colder weather and occasional snow. It's gone really quick. I think I played 3 rounds this week, and I played 2 rounds or 1 round last week, 3 rounds this week. I've got 2 rounds scheduled next week. So I'm kind of moving all of my sim stuff to outside right now, as much as I can outside. I'll do inside, finish my league out inside, and then do some inside stuff for B2B. But I'm going to move most of my swinging outside now that the weather's getting nice.
Yes, I'm ready to start playing again. But let's see if the foot cooperates, right?
Yeah, and a quick update on our trip. We have the B2B trip coming up in June, and so the 4 folks that are going are me, and obviously, and you obviously, and CO Golf, who is he's based in Colorado Springs. He lives in Colorado Springs, and he is he's active on the Discord, and he actually sells and builds sells equipment and builds sim golf. He's a great guy.
Is that his primary job?
That's his job. He is a sim golf installer. He gets hired to go build sims for, I don't know if he does more residential versus commercial or not, but he's also a Unicore dealer, and he's a BenQ dealer, and he's a Foresight dealer, and so he sells a lot to folks. I've played with him several times. Great guy. And Bull Pride is coming out from West Virginia, and so we're gonna have the 4 of us, and I have 4 rounds booked for us so far, 1 a day. And I'm working on the afternoon side, so we may do 2 rounds in one day on one day. I have 1 day I'm working on. It's a little too soon to book it, but we're gonna go play around the golf and then go do a tour at one of our local small batch bourbon distilleries. So that's on the docket for 1 day. So I'm working on the final agendas. But the 4 rounds of golf are booked for now.
Woohoo!
So it'll be good.
It's happening. It's really happening.
It's that time of year. It's exciting.
And then because we took a week off, we have a lot. On pre-show we came up with, what was it? Was it 28?
28. I think the real word for 28 is shit ton.
Now that's over 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
But it is 28. So I guess we should jump into it, right?
Let's go. New courses.
All right. So new courses, and Steve, new course music. I think it's playing.
It is.
So we got Black Jack's Crossing, and there's 2 of these. I think A. Cleveland is new, and he did 2 of them. So one's in Texas, and this other one in Washington State in Spokane. We got Hangman Valley and Black Jack's Crossing. It's like a theme here, like Blackjack and Hangman Valley.
It feels like they go together.
Yeah, you would
like. Is A. Cleveland looking for a certain theme to build? I only build courses that are dark in nature. They're named darker. I only build. I don't know. Like, what's his theme? I love it.
Yeah, it needs some, needs some like Western music or something, right? For them to, and then we had a bunch of other courses. We had Lasonia Links in Wisconsin by Birdie House. I don't think that's their first though. I think
it's not. I don't. Birdie House has had a 1 or 2, but for sure, not a ton. But they've got courses out.
Yep. Westwood Country Club in Ohio by Bomber Golf Studios.
Yep.
We got 2 by CE Sim Golf, and looks like he's avoiding the trademark takedown right off the bat.
He's like not even gonna screw with it.
No, not even gonna screw with it. Wing to Foot East course, and that's a perfect name. I think it gets the idea of the name of the course. So you got Wing to Foot East, Wing to Foot West, and he's been working on those for a while. So
yep,
a couple by CE Sim Golf.
Yep.
We also have Caparera Country Club. Caparera.
I believe it's I believe it's Caparera Country Club.
Okay. It's Brisbane, Queensland, Australia by Devin. He has done a bunch of Australian courses.
Yes, he has.
Yeah. And then we have the Florida State University Seminole Legacy course by Emergency 9 Golf. Grand Cypress.
Is that Florida State University Seminole Legacy? Is that also known as the Claw? No. Is that
Oh,
also?
you better hope Mike isn't listening.
I know. Mike just reached through the video and hit me.
Grand Cypress Links by Get Glacier. And then Craig. No, is that Craigie or Craigie? I mean,
Craigie.
oh,
No,
Craigie.
it's the UK, not Australia. Crikey.
Oh, Craigie Golf Club.
Is Get Glacier? Is that his first release?
I don't. Boy,
I have to. I'm
there's
gonna look.
too many
I'm gonna
now.
look right now
Yeah,
and
there's too many
see
now.
because his name does not sound familiar. If it's not his first, he doesn't have many. But I'm curious. I'm
Yeah.
gonna check real quick while we're looking and see if that's his first.
Okay. And then we got whether it's Grape L Farmer or Grapple Farmer that did Craigie Golf Club in
Yep.
Longnigtree, Scotland. All right.
It's Grapple. It'll always be Grapple Farmer
Yes,
to me.
Grapple Farmer. Great. And then we have Apollo Bay, another course in Australia, by Guy Holman. I'm pretty sure that's his first. I don't recognize that name at all.
So who was I looking up? I just forgot. Who was I looking up?
Oh, you were looking up previous screen here. Get Glacier.
Get Glacier.
Yeah.
Get Glacier that is his first course.
Oh.
Congrats, Blue. Now,
Congratulations.
unless he is really the mastermind behind Glacier Golf Club. Because when I put Glacier in there, those are the two things that come up. So,
yeah, I guess,
as you know, was your course.
Yes, just maybe he's using a pen name as Master Blaster or something.
Maybe you're not who you say you are. Or maybe you're really get Glacier. And then you want me to look up who was next on Guy
Holman.
Guy Holman. That is his first one as well. So he welcome to Blue Guy.
Yep. Then we got Allentown Municipal by Hard Coal.
Yeah.
And we have another one, Kennett Square Golf Club. This one isn't actually, this is down towards Philadelphia, so not too far from me, by Jay Pruitt.
Okay.
Country Lake Golf Club by KSU Cat 96.
Yep. He's got a bunch.
And what else do we have here? We got, I love this name, Seaview Bay Course. Bay Course by LB Dynamite.
Is also first course, so
yes.
That's 3 new courses by three new designers getting Blue.
Yeah, lots of new courses this week. Beaver Creek East West by Life is Good. Beaver Creek West South by Life is Good. Now this is his first courses as well, but he came out with a bang.
Yes. Yeah, he has 4 courses out.
Yeah.
All released. Well, the Beaver Creeks came out on 325, and then 4. Yeah, all within about a week of each other.
Yes. Yeah, he had a couple like the week that we are off, and then a couple this week too. So we had Beaver Creek, Jester Park, and
Jester Park Par 3 should be coming up next.
Yes, Jester Park Par 3, and then another one, Sugar Creek, Terrace Hills. And then,
he's got a bunch. You're right. Yeah.
So I don't. As a new builder, I'd be kind of an odd thing to do, which would be like spline 6 or 7 courses before going on Unity?
He dropped 6 courses within 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's crazy for a new builder.
Yeah, maybe less than 2 weeks. From the 25th to the 1st, he dropped 6 courses. Wow, that's a lot.
It's no joke. No joke.
Maybe he took your none to done videos in a different approach. Maybe instead of going none to done, he went none to step 1 6 times.
Yes.
And then step 1 to step 2 6 times. And step 3
Wouldn't
to
that
step
be
4.
nerve-wracking though, to spline 6 courses and have no idea whether you're doing it correctly or not because you haven't?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's how he learns. I don't know, but it was great. I love it. 6 courses is strong coming out of the gate. Yeah.
And then we have one that I'm going to butcher again. Here we go. A Sundsholm Golf Club. Another one of these in Sweden. We're getting a course from Sweden every week now by Martin Klettborn. Now, I think that's a new course as well. Or a new build.
Martin Klettborn did his first.
Wow. Lots of
So that's
builds.
5 first build for designers?
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's great. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
That's
the most we've ever had on the show at one time.
There might be more. There might be.
There might be more. You're right. We're still going.
These aren't new though.
No, we've seen these.
Succession Golf Club by Mike Hunt. And that is his name. Did you see him comment on one of
I
our videos?
did. I did. I did. I don't want to make fun of it because that's his name, but all I can say is Porky's is such a classic movie.
And I guess his parents didn't see that movie before they named him, but
I think it was what's her name? Cottrell, the actress who was in that scene.
Kim Cattrall?
Kim Cattrall was the actress. She was the actress in that scene.
Oh, okay. Hawksview Golf Club in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin by Run Pud Run. Club de Golf Triangle d'Or by Sheev in Canada.
Yep.
Marquez by Simply Me.
In the
Simply
UK.
Me 80. Yep, in the UK.
Yep.
And I think these are
And
the
we're
last
still
two. We're
going.
still going. Here we go. We got Mount Washington by Squaretail.
Square tail.
And then Elks Lodge by T Squared.
T squared.
Square tail, T
And
squared.
T squared. We get a T squared tail.
Yeah.
Or we got a square tailed squared.
Yeah. Holy smokes. Can't keep these things straight. Can't make this stuff up.
It's awesome. It's
You
so
can't
great.
make
I
it up.
love having all the new designers coming in. I love seeing a lot of first releases of designers, which is great. So
All right. So we should move on, and excuse me because I'm barely alive here. We need to move on to the M Pals.
Yay, yay, yay.
Okay. And I hear
First up.
First up.
We got a bunch of them today too. We've there's a lot of courses and we have a bunch of MPOWs today. So first up.
We're handing them all out. Hawksview by Run Pud Run. Now,
move us this way.
Oh yeah, we got to go to the right, don't we?
Move us this way.
Yeah. And transition. There we go. Oh, left. We want to go left.
You want to go that way?
Yep.
There we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
So this one by Run Pud Run. Oh, first of all, we do have walk-on music for Run Pud Run. So every time he gets an M-Pal, we have to play.
We got to play the run music.
The Cold Stone Steve Austin, he's had a ring.
Angry Ball Pin.
Yes. Now Steve's gonna have to play at the audio here. That could be ridiculously loud, but we'll find out.
We'll find out. We'll figure the audio out. But Run is one of, not the only, but one of the first designers to have walk-on music on the show.
Yes. Congratulations, Run Pud Run. You are stone cold angry ball guy to us from now on.
And as more MPOWs come out, we'll introduce more walk-on music for different designers.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. If you have any recommendations for your own walk-on music, we will listen. Not guaranteed we'll use it, but we will listen. It can't be copyrighted, right? Of course, maybe we'll get a takedown notice for using that one. We'll see. So this was a really well done course, Hawksview.
Yeah.
First of all, grasses were really great. He did a good job. Like so many people kind of do the dried out grasses, but they ended up being way too bright. So he did a great job of using post-processing to get kind of like that brightness down to make them look more realistic.
Yep.
Custom tee markers, these rocks with the logo. Now, I'm not sure. I think maybe I'm getting this confused. I think this is the course where I think he said that the pros at the course commissioned this from him.
Oh, nice.
So you would think if that's the case that maybe they would, they're okay with him using a logo, trademarks or whatever.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I think, yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. So logo on the flag as well. And then logo on the custom signs on the rocks around the course, which were really
now.
well
One thing I did notice too is, and I'm seeing it as a bit of a trend, is there's a lot of folks that are not enabling, and this is fine. I mean, I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's interesting. There's no advanced lighting enabled. You see the skybox on this one. Yeah. So we've seen a lot of that lately with the advanced lighting was not enabled. And sometimes it's great. You'll see a little bit later on where I showed a difference with it enabled and not enabled.
Yep.
But here I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah, and I think we've seen a trend recently where initially everyone was doing advanced lighting. Now people are tending to go back to standard lighting, especially when they're trying to do the panoramic,
Yeah, they put the panoramic view up and they put the skybox up. But yeah, it looks really good.
Yep. Now this is, you know what this is, Mashy, right here.
You tell me.
You don't know what this is?
I don't.
That's the Hawksview.
That's the Hawks
Yeah,
view.
yeah. So you're going to see a theme throughout this course. We're going to do a lot of Hawks View because, you know, the name of the course. So you got to do Hawks View.
Hawks view. They have the
Yeah.
Hawks.
So this is the Hawks View of number one.
You know
Okay.
what's funny is I noticed, I didn't notice this in the game when I played it, but I noticed it from your screenshot. Off to the left, the little catch areas for the sand and the
Yeah.
stuff that they use.
Yeah.
That's on a couple courses as well. I've seen that's being used off in the area in several. It's on a couple courses this week.
Well, who built that? Oh, that's an asset that someone posted, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's a download asset we can
Okay.
use. It's just I'm seeing people putting them into the game into the courses now.
Okay. Cool. Closer look at the grasses. Now, what's really cool, and we're going to stick to the theme of Hawks View here, is look how full these grasses look. Okay.
Yes.
And his performance was really good. Okay.
Yes.
He had actually a little bit of room to spare. He could have done a couple other things. But the grass looks really full. Now, let's switch to the Hawks View, right? And you'll see that it's really not that dense. He just did a really good job of matching the
Yep.
base to the grass
Yep.
so that when you're down
Yep.
at ground level, it looks really good. He did a good job of mixing in the random weed in there as well.
Yep.
So really well
Heights as
done on the
well. I
grasses.
thought you can see from that previous shot. There's some that are just tall,
Yep.
and which look great, and some yeah. So I love the different varied heights as well.
Yep. Yeah. So good job on the grasses. Um, this was a cool hole. You know, we always, you know, you and I always like to play a little elevation.
Yep.
So there were a few holes with some elevation.
Yep.
Overall, there were a lot of holes that were just really fun. Some interesting place water where you kind of have to know your distances. Where you're going to shoot the green, for example, here on the left. On the right, you know, you're teeing off here, hitting over a large water
Yep.
area. And then another one where it's basically just your approach that you're trying to figure out, you know,
Yep.
uh, how to get to the green. So some really fun holes as well, if that's your thing. So not only is it a good looking course, but also a well designed course as well. Um, in this case, the one critique I did have is he had a lot of headroom with performance. So you can see here, some of his billboards were a little close.
Yep.
So you probably could have pushed those out a little bit, but pretty minor thing at this point.
Pretty minor, but that's the
The
only I
colors were
noticed the
really
same
good.
thing.
The colors were
Colors
good.
were really good. By the way, I gotta give Run huge kudos. His billboard colors match the overall theme. A lot of people struggle on still getting billboard colors to look right.
Yes.
And even if these are rendered a little close, the color of them matches everything perfectly. So it's great.
Yeah. Yeah. So well done there. Um, now, let me see. Do we have another? Oh, so this was
Yeah,
just
there
I
was
was
the
just me
billboards
yeah
close.
showing
Yeah.
the Vopos that they were just a little too close, so you get to see those only on the long holes. A lot of them you didn't even see it, so
Yep.
not a big deal at the end of the day. Um, now I wanted to go get like a bird's eye view, like the Hawks view of the billboards, but guess what this is, Mashy?
The Hawks view.
Yeah, no, we got hawk blocked.
We got hawk blocked. Man, that's a pretty big wing.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big wing. I love
Yeah,
that.
I hate when I get hawk blocked.
It makes for a bad night.
Yes, yes, yeah, never fun, never fun. But really well done course, Ron.
Yeah.
So thanks. And then our next one, we're going to get into wing to foot, east course and west course. So let me see. I had some notes I wanted to read on this one. So, and let me move our cameras so we can see. So he did put some notes in here about the course, but I did a little research on A.W. Tillinghast, and is that Tillinghast? And there was this guy's an interesting character. He's one of the original OGs that built courses. Um, and apparently, rumor has it that on one of the times when he was building a course, he went out and he got lost on the course.
On his own
On
course?
his own course. When asked what happened, he simply said, I was just testing the scenic route. Right? He's out there going
Wow.
around and got lost. So I can see that though. If you're building a course, you're not familiar with the land, you kind of go check it out and you kind of you turn around or something. But it was interesting.
So
Right?
so here's what's funny when you said, you went out and did some research on A.W. Tillinghast, and he's one of you said the OG course designer, course builders.
Yeah.
My first thought was, oh, was he in Perfect Golf?
Oh,
He's one of the OG course builders. He's
you thought he
not
was
like
you thought he
original
was a
course.
DPR or a
I thought
stinger.
he was, yeah, he was building. building it. I was like, huh, I haven't heard of him.
And then also, like, people asked him, like, when he builds challenging courses, why he makes them so hard, and he said, "Well, you see, I believe in keeping golfers humble. Besides, where's the fun in an easy game? That's what mini golf is for."
Okay, well, golf does a good enough job of keeping you humble without
Yes.
the course being any harder than it normally is, but okay,
Yeah.
appreciate that, AW.
All right. Um, so let's get into wing to foot. So we got wing to foot east, wing to foot west.
The West is the long one.
Yes, the west is the long one. So, and I kind of missed these up because I don't want to spoil them for everybody. But so
Yep,
this is I believe this is actually the tee box off of west, if I remember
I think
correctly.
that is correct.
Yeah. He's got these really cool crowns. Now, obviously, he was avoiding any trademark infringement, so he kind of made some of these things up. Um, I don't know where he came up with the club. Maybe this was an asset. I don't know if he designed them this way, but they're really cool.
It's really
Um,
cool.
yeah, look really neat. They're shadow. I love the shadow casting. There's a lot of depth that they add to the course. Same logo. This is definitely not the logo
Yes.
from the golf course. I went there and actually specifically looked, and this is not the logo. So he either made this up or found something along the way that looks like this. So really cool. And then he had some really wide greens. And this isn't something I ever thought of before, but I think it's kind of a cool idea, which is if you have a really wide green like this, you can stagger, you know,
Yep.
the tees a little bit.
Yep.
So, give it a little bit of a better view. So,
They look
I got,
great though. Those tee markers are just very impressively done. I think they look great.
yes, for sure. Some really
Cool
cool
rock work.
rock work. So in this case, it's like kind of like the rocks that are just along the surface, almost at the same level as the ground. So they just kind of poke up through. But you know exactly what it is. He tied the vert painting really nicely into it, so the grass looks nice and dried and thinned out around the rocks. And then there were some other areas of the course where the rocks are more prominent. Okay, but same color, same theme, more or less. So everything just ties in together really nicely. Thought he also did really good. A lot of times we see these these house line courses and people drop the houses in, but they really don't do much landscaping. I know he did. He built some new hedges, and I know he's posted those for people
Yep.
to donate to if he wants to get new hedges. They look really good. They're better than the stuff we had in Unity before. So thank you
Yep.
for that contribution. And he did a great job tying them into the houses and using them here. Not a lot of them, but enough that when you're at this angle, it looks like you've got a landscaped groups of houses next to your golf course. 3DG was really cool.
3DG. I need a tutorial on what he did on 3DG here. It looks so good.
Yeah, it. I just talking to him, and he said a lot of this was done via post processing.
Interesting.
Yeah, and he did. I don't know if you noticed, he did get that like wave, that sound wave
Yep.
effect in the grass.
Yep.
But
I've
he
seen
said
that
is,
on some courses too. Yeah.
and the thing is, you don't really tell. Like when you're standing still most of the time when you're playing these courses. It's only when I'm doing an F5 around that I really tend to notice it. But the grass even looked like this is from he said from the post processing. When you zoom up close, it's almost like semi-transparent, which I think is why it's getting this like almost like this fuzzy, like lush look to it.
It looks great.
Yeah, it
It
does
looks
look really
so
good.
thick and it looks so natural. My 3DGs tend to be wider blade. He's got a little
Yeah,
thinner, longer blade. I mean, it looks really good.
yeah, it's pretty amazing, honestly. So nice job with that. And then of course, the
He's the
guy
king of
who he's
bunkers.
the king of freaking bunkers, right? For
Yeah,
sure.
and they look great.
Yeah. And I did talk to him. I was just like, hey, how often are you like using the new tools, the new Blender tools that do bunkers? And he said it sped up his work quite a bit. So that's cool because guess what? If it speeds up his work, then we get more courses from him, right?
Listen, the new tools are so good. The new bunker tools in Blender are so good, and I've been using them a lot on a course that I'm working on, and you can do some really unique things with them. They're pretty. I'm really thrilled with those add-ons.
Yeah. And so that was like a contribution from like a new guy who came in and made a bunch of these
Yeah.
suggestions and then got together with DPR and submitted those. I think it's like a fraud or something like
Yep.
that. A
Yep.
guy who I don't even think has released a course came in
I
and
don't
did
think
this
he's got a
stuff.
course out. Correct.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
pretty cool.
yeah.
So if you're listening to the show, thanks. Cool.
Yes. Thank you.
I also like zoomed in on some of the cart pass and he did like that's the blend on his cart pass. So what he did is he
Yep.
put that blend in there to make it look like it's rounded. Um, Something I've done in my courses as well. I'm a big fan of it. And then his trees. So
Trees are great.
yes, I love this look on golf courses, this like high canopy tree. In addition to that, the wind on these was freaking so good. They would just sway. Like that tree that you're
Mhm.
looking at right now, see how it's bent to the left? That
Mhm.
was like when I
Mhm.
like almost looked like a gust of wind came and it started pushing it over a little bit, then it would stand
Mm.
up. It looked really good. I don't know if he did something specific to the wind or if the wind algorithm is smart enough to know that this is a top heavy tree and make it do that. Um, but really cool.
Yeah,
Um,
it's great.
yeah, that's the look. I'm working at TPC Harding Park, and that's the look that I want for the trees right there. I got to talk to him about that. One thing I did find, and I don't know if this was on purpose or not. So this is, and I didn't put in my notes what hole this was. There were a handful of rocks that were like blindingly white, almost like they're made out of gold.
I wonder if that just thinking out loud here, and what I'm really looking at is I'm looking at that there's one rock on the left edge that has got a high bright reflection on it. You see it right there?
Yeah,
I almost wonder if that is like a sun shaft from the advanced lighting or an angle because it's just in that one spot there. I don't know.
yeah,
It's interesting.
yeah. I mean, I flew around them, and they were all like this. It's not like it was just from one angle or anything.
Oh, the
So
whole all they were interesting.
yeah. So I don't
I
think
didn't
it was
notice it.
I don't, and maybe it could be something with a reflection probe. I don't know.
Could be.
It's interesting. I didn't,
I've
he,
seen
he
that
he could come
where
back and say that this was on purpose. Who knows?
by the way, I've seen that if the normal isn't all the way black, if it's not a solid black on the
Right.
material, if it's up even just a little tick, that the reflection flow will give this weird kind of shiny metallic.
Yeah.
So I we had that issue kind of in the early beta tools, the V4 tools.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. And then he did this really cool clubhouse
It's
with some really,
gorgeous.
yeah, right. Um, just like not only the clubhouse, but the planning and the landscaping behind it looked really
Hmm.
good. So this is a case where we had to have a couple of angles to show everybody what the clubhouse looks like. Um, but really well done on that as well. And then I think the icing on the cake was, and he did the little awning with CSM Golf. And then I don't, maybe is, I don't know. I'm wondering if that symbol is is his symbol now. Does, I don't know.
Oh, maybe that's like interesting. Maybe that's his logo. Maybe
Yeah.
that's his own Sim Golf logo, and
Yeah.
have to ask him.
Yep. So nice job on these. I'm sure the community, well, and I know the community is enjoying them. Not as much as Grey Wolf, but
No, no, nothing is as good as Grey Wolf.
right. Okay. So moving on, let's
Elks
see.
Lodge.
Elks Lodge. So an Elks Lodge out here in Shawnee, Oklahoma. This was
T
built
Square.
by T Squared, yeah, who's come on strong to the course designing scene and given us lots of gems to start playing. Um, so good looking course, right? Very
Yes.
green, very lush, fun course as well. I definitely like the touch. I'm a huge fan of when you have these large, like wide campy trees. Let's face it, on the bottom of those, there's the grass is thinning out because they don't get any sun. Okay,
Yep.
and so he
Yep.
did a really cool job of vert painting down there and thinning out the grass.
Same thing with pine trees because they drop the pine needles down and it
Yep.
kills the grass. So same thing. I do that. I do it a lot of the vert painting around the trunks of trees,
Yes.
just because it needs it.
Yes. And here's a good example right here. So you got the pine tree here that
Yep.
dropped. So it's not necessarily a tree that these are being blocked out from no sun. It's just pine needles drop down.
Yep. Yep.
So nice touch with that. Really well done. Now we did find this random blotch. So this course is pristine, and then he has this random blotch. I don't know if he had a tree planted there and then removed it at some point, or he intended to put a stump. I don't know. Uh, but I just had to point it out. It's kind of funny
It's
because
awesome.
yeah. Um, and then interesting enough, there's this guy.
Yeah, I saw this guy, and you've got a little research on this. So
Yeah, apparently, this guy is a local that runs when he plays golf there, and it's very, I guess he's kind of, I wouldn't say urban legend because urban legends aren't true, that people are aware of this guy, and maybe he goes and he plays through and people let him just kind of run through the course, but he's animated, so he's not standing
but
still.
he runs playing golf. He's not like a jogger jogging. He has a pack on his back
Yeah,
and
I
he
guess he's
clubs and he
doing,
runs
he's
speed
like
golf.
speed golf. I don't know if he's actually playing speed golf or he just likes to stay in shape by playing golf. I
By
ran it.
running.
Yeah, there was a guy when I played at Hershey Country Club a couple times who plays very fast, but it's a fast walk, and they have said that he's getting exercise out there. But this guy's like literally running on the course, right?
We did it. We did it. We had a fun end of season tournament several years ago, but it was a fun and a men's club event. It was a fun like end of season. They had already had the club championship and all that kind of stuff, and it was a 3 club speed round. And they had timekeepers like on the green, and they gave each team. You had I'm probably gonna get this wrong because I don't remember. It was a few years ago, but like everybody had a putter, a 7-iron, and like a wood of some kind. You have a driver, a 3-wood, or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
And you had 3 minutes to play a par 4,
yep.
5 minutes to play a par 5, and whatever. And so that they would like start the timer, boom, go. And you would like one person would go up there and hit the drive, then you'd run as fast as you could down to the hole, to the ball, then you hit the second one as fast as you could, and you try to putt out within. And if you went over, you got strokes added to it if you took longer than the time. It was a ton of fun.
It's
It was
probably
we
a
did it
very
was
different way to play the game, though, right? Because you're
you
putting
had
it
to go
hard.
quick. Like I had a 7-iron with me, and so like it was like, well, it was too much club, and so the guy was like, I'll hit it because I got a 4, or I'd use his 4-iron or whatever. We were mixing clubs, and it was a ton of fun. But I think you played 9 hole. It was a 9-hole thing. And I think we played 9 holes in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a good way to get some golf in. Just it's not
Mhm.
necessarily a relaxing golf, right?
Good way for some exercise, and that's about it.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if anyone else has zoomed in on this guy though, but I mean, he is like a zombie. Look at those eyes. I mean, it's a little weird.
Yeah, he scares me a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little kind of goofy, but yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. You get the point. Some cool holes, just like Hawks View. Some really just fun holes
Yeah.
that you have to, plan your strategy going over, hitting some approaches over water, some initial tee shots over water. So some really fun courses there.
Yep.
Some more holes, good tee shots. Again, long lake water shot here, and then another approach shot. So yeah, well done.
Yep. Well
Congratulations.
done. Congrats. And congrats, Hardcold 99, Allentown Municipal, MPOW.
Woohoo!
Really cool course. Out of your neck of the woods, Pennsylvania. And it was, not super long. Their longest was 6,700. It's not super long. And it was a good course. Like, there's not much water. There's a little bit of water on the course. It's there's not a ton of elevation, but it's also not just a go like a link style up and back, up and back. It was some character to the holes, which is nice, a lot of fun. So it was a really nice, enjoyable course. Let's jump in, and I'll show you some reasons why we made it MPOW. Now, listen, I will tell you, this is a course where I think he paid an extreme attention to details in a lot of the
Yes.
little things. And I have some
Yes.
notes here. I want to make sure I pull my notes up and I don't miss anything. So I want to make sure I have my notes handy here.
Yeah,
Hold
so
on
he
a
wrote
second.
to me. I think he wrote to you too.
Yeah, he did. He gave us a
And
list of
and when
things,
I
and I want to make
first
sure I.
opened up the course, I was like, wow, there's a lot of detail. And then there was even more on the things
Yeah,
that he gave me.
yeah, agreed. So I like grabbing shots at the driving range. Keep the truck that's animated driving back there in a second. Keep that in mind. I'll show you guys that in a second. But good. I like when people take the time to do the attention to detail on the driving range. Don't just don't throw it out there. So it looked great. Let's go forward to the next slide because the whole first hole, the tee markers are great. I thought those hawks, or I think it's a red tail hawk is their big thing. The course is known for their hawks. There you go. Our
Yeah,
course is known for
it's
the
our theme
red
for the
tail
day,
hawks.
Hawks for some reason.
And as you'll see in a second, apparently, what this is there is a cell tower that is right near the clubhouse, and the hawks tend to sit on the top of the cell tower. Then they take off and they fly it down number one. So you will see an animated hawk on the number one hole as you're playing through the course. So cool T marker, custom flags. Keep going through. We'll go with the custom flags and custom signs. Just really well done. I think these are the actual logos when I went to their website and looked at it. And then custom signs as well. If you go forward one more, there we go.
Very nice.
So just really cool, good looking overall attention to detail. So next slide. There's the hawk.
There's
So
the
there's a
Hawk.
red tail hawk. I actually had to fly up and take a picture of it while it was animated coming down. I will tell you right now, there are more animated characters, more animated animals on this course than there are on any course in GS Pro. Okay. So hopefully this will get a lot of attention on Facebook around, hey, like there are butterflies, there are hawks, there are bunnies being eaten by hawks, there are
But are there any
um
wolves, Mashy? Are there any wolves?
I'm not gonna say if there are wolves or not, but there
Uh,
there may not be wolves. So that may hurt it a little bit.
okay.
Um, there are ducks. There are ducks bobbing for fish. There are so many different animals and trigger scripts and things all over this course. So pay when you're playing it, look for the little things off to the edges,
Yeah.
rabbits running around, rabbits being eaten by hawks, things like that. So next slide.
Looks like you got hawk blocked on that screen capture
I
too, by the
he
way.
got hawk blocked.
Yeah.
So here's one thing that my initial impression was I thought it looked really great, but I also felt it looked a little green. And I don't. It's okay. It's all in the designer's eyes. I think it's great, no problem. But I also noticed that there was no advanced lighting on, and he's not using the cylindrical thing on that. So what I did, Justin's experiment was here is the first hole right out of GS Pro default settings, and if we go to the next slide, you will see
Yep.
I enabled advanced lighting and did some tweaking on the sky color and on the clouds and on the saturation and on the shadows, and I personally felt this looked more natural using advanced lighting than the default colors that were there. So just a suggestion. If you haven't enabled it yet, you may want to enable it. So,
Yep. I'm flipping back and forth a couple times so you can kind of see the
yep.
difference. Yes. All right.
Okay. I thought great job on the pine straw. All the areas had little pine cones in them. They had little 3DG in them. It wasn't overly done. It wasn't too much of anything. It looked really good. I thought by the way, I thought his 3DG looked really good on the rough there as well. I thought overall its colors looked great. His sat shader looked great. It all blended really well. So just a really good looking course. I thought this was funny. You got a little fence there, so you can't drive your cart up there, but the cart path is worn. The vert painting on there. I know what you're going for. Pretty good execution on that. So like he vert painted out. You see the grass is gone as well. So that was a nice little touch there.
Yep. All right. And then the sign.
Yeah, and listen, I got this for two reasons. You can't see all of it just because the way the screenshot came out, but the deep rough areas were really, really well done. Like Run Pud Run's deep rough, it isn't too bright. The colors look great. They match the floor really well. The mix of all the different grasses go together well. There's little pops of color. There's a little lavender color in one spot, a little brown color, little white color as well, little flowers in there. So it looked great. And then he even replicated, I believe it's like a conservancy area on the course, and he replicated the signs and put them up there. And then there's butterflies floating in the behind the sign that you can't really see in the screenshot, but there's
Yep.
animated butterflies behind there in the area there. So it looked really, really well done. And then I thought this was great. Again, just another showing. There is water on the course, and tough approach shot. You got to carry water all the way to the green. It's hard to see, so we're going to do a next screenshot in a second that zooms in. But in the water, there's a family of ducks, and they're all animated, and they are both swimming around the lake, and they're diving down to go get fish coming up. So I got a close up of some of the ducks that are on the lake. I thought it was cool. Just again, looked really great. The color of the water looked great. The shadows the reflections looked great. So overall, I thought he just did a really, really nice job. Okay.
Huh.
Now, the beer truck that's animated that we saw, apparently we own the beer truck. I don't know if you saw this when you were looking through the course
I
or not.
finally own a beer
So,
truck. My life is complete.
well, you own a beer truck, and it's
Yay.
even better. Okay. If you look closely at the beer truck, let's
Uh-huh.
go one more picture.
All right. Oh,
He
what the
took
hell
you.
is that?
took
What the hell is
he
that?
went he went out and got a picture of you and put it on top of the character, and that was the best he could do to get it on there. So he calls it Master-ish looking.
It looks like if I was inbred. That's basically me if I was inbred, I think. That's
But you're
hilarious.
driving the animated truck and you're actually moving around in there and you're happy and you're bumping to the music. It
I
looks
do look
great.
happy, and that's something that's all that matters. I'm happy.
I bet
That
you
is
didn't know that
freaking hilarious.
isn't that great? You didn't even know it was in there.
No, I didn't. He might have actually said something to me about it, look in the beer truck. But then when you were like, we looked and I said, "Oh, this is an MPAL," and then I handed it over to you. I thought you were doing captures, so I kind of backed off a little bit. So that's great. That was a great surprise. I love it. I love it.
And then one more picture on that one is that's he and his wife on the first hole sitting out there kind of hanging out and enjoying the course. And so listen, there's so much small attention detail like that. There's so
Yeah.
much stuff I didn't even mention. There's trigger scripts if you hit the ball over the fence on the driving range. There's trigger scripts if you hit the ball in the fairway on certain holes that do other things. There's so much stuff that you have to play the course several times to try and find these things that made it a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
this is not a one and done play course. You got to play this and look for different things.
Yeah, I definitely have to once I'm really golfing again, play this one since it's close.
Yeah.
And all the detail. What I also appreciate here is how great their posture is. That's
Their
good.
posture is spot. I mean, man, yeah.
I'm sitting here trying to straighten up a little bit to look more than like that. Yeah.
And then one last picture is looking back to the clubhouse. There's the
Yeah.
cell tower that has the red tail hawks nest on. And God, I can't get enough of the hawk music. It's just awesome. So, and if you look closely at the base of the flagpole, that is the bench that his wife go down and go to the right. That's the bench that he and his wife were sitting on right there. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. That's really cool.
So great job, man. Awesome course. Had a lot of fun reviewing it.
Yeah. I wonder if his wife, I guess I see 2 bags, so maybe she does golf. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of people really don't want their wives to golf, but Okay, so I think that brings us to the post
of the
of
week.
the
Congrats
week.
on all the MPOWs, you
Yes,
guys. Great
congratulations,
job.
everybody. Well done. They kept us busy this week.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
So post of the week. I got mine loaded up here first. So let me get some post of the week music here. Oh, that's Grandma's Basement. That's the name of the song. Literally, it's called Grandma's Basement.
Yeah. That's so
Thank
awesome.
you, Steve. Thanks, Steve. Perfect.
Thank you, Steve.
Chris ain't no bitch.
Oh my God.
Chris ain't no bitch.
I ain't no bitch.
He's only afraid of snakes and birdies. But when 18 came up on tongue grass, I may have dribbled. Now, if you remember, 18 had that bear on it that was like eating. I don't know if it was eating people, but it had like all the shoes and stuff around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
posting for a friend.
Yeah, posting for. I'm not sure why he did that, but Chris, I'm just glad to hear you're not a bitch.
I can't get over that. I may have dribbled a bit.
Hopefully it's pee, because
I don't know what it is. Because I don't. See TMI right there. That's the name of the show. TMI.
Yep. So So hopefully, okay. All right. Let's go to the next one here. Hey, another intro. Say hey all. Thanks for the ad. Just wanted to introduce myself and me kissing my wife in a Spider-Man outfit. That's random.
Like, what the hell? What is this on a golf simulator forum?
I don't know.
But I like the Spider-Man costume, I think. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Wow.
Thanks, David.
He actually works at Marvel at Disney.
Maybe.
And in the Avengers campus. And
yes.
Okay.
That is certainly possible, right?
Thanks, David. Appreciate that one.
And so this was in the beta testing. We don't post too many things from Discord, but not too many from the OPCD Discord. But in Rusty Dave's testing for
Wild laughing at seeing
this guy just wrote, "This course is sexual." And Rusty sent this to me, and he said, it's the last thing I want to hear about any of my courses. And I said, that's all good. But we talked. We got it figured out. He's going to put a couple copulating on the 6th and 9th hole, though.
I think he should. He should limit play on the 6th and the 9th hole. Yes. He should copyright it, own it, and limit who can go there.
Yes.
I got lucky. Dave, before this went to beta, asked if I would play through it. and I played through in the sim, and I agree the course is sexual.
I haven't played it yet. I guess I'm going to have to.
It is. There's no other way. There's no other way to describe it.
Well,
It's sexual.
I'm probably going to load it up and dribble a
You
little
should
bit.
load it up.
And dribble.
The W and 16, the W trees and 16, they're sexual. I love that animated GIF that he put there though, with the eyes looking
Yeah,
like
like,
it's a perfect reply.
Okay, all right.
Rusty, you win the day. You win the
Yeah,
internet.
thank you. That did make me giggle. Thank you. That's funny. I guess, and we were confused. Does the guy like it?
Oh, I think he loves it. I think it's got 3 hots next to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. 3 fires. It's fire.
Okay, so moving on to your post of the week.
I put a couple in. Yeah, I have a couple.
All right. So
Remember, I was on spring break at Disneyland and looking at colleges when these were popping up. So mine are not as good this week as but they're okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. You need to move us to the left.
To the left.
Steve needs to move us to the left.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
And price
to build my local course and go.
Oh man.
I left Aaron's name in there because I just thought it was great. And go. I don't know what your course is. I don't know the name of it. I don't know where it is. I don't know anything about it. I don't even know if there's LiDAR available for it, but just give me a price.
Yep. Yes.
And go.
Thank you. All right.
Okay. Next one.
What's this one? Every hole's listed a par 3. Heard that a million times, right? I'm not sure how to fix that. I chose 6-5. Maybe the design needs to fix it on this end. Stunning course.
Yep. And then if you click one more slide.
Okay. Is it a comment?
It's on his own post. He chose the par 3 tees. It's on his own screenshot. He put it on the screenshot. He's like, I don't know how to fix it. It's a designer fault. The designer needs to go look at this.
Yeah,
what's
down
wrong
the
with
bottom,
it?
tees par 3.
Tees par 3. I mean, the comments in this one were pretty darn good. Like dude,
come on,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I just wanted to see your reaction on this one.
Question for everyone that runs an overhead launch monitor. Thousands of dollars by Garmin. Oh, jeez. Far better choice.
Far better.
Yes.
The Garmin R10 versus any of the overhead launch monitors. The Garmin wins hands down.
Yeah.
I'm actually, my Unicore's for sale now. My XO's for sale.
Yeah. Actually, I listed mine and I said I'd trade it straight up for a Garmin.
Garmin 1-to-1, you should just trade it straight up for a Garmin. They're way better.
Yes.
I mean, really? Oh, look, and it was like
63 comments. Oh my goodness.
Trust me, it's a lot. There's a lot in there. But like, I don't. Why do I? The second sentence. Why? I need you guys to explain to me. I don't have to explain jack shit to you, dude.
Yeah.
Like.
No.
Hey.
People.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Best new courses that's easy enough for the average 90s golfer and looks awesome.
Grey Wolf. First comment. Grey Wolf.
Of course. From the tips. Yeah. Don't forget the wolf.
To be fair, he did say I love Grey Wolf, but I was actually looking for a different one.
Thank you, but yeah, now people are gonna have to preface that. Hey, what is your favorite course other than Grey Wolf?
Other than Grey Wolf, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. I think that's it. I don't know if I have more. Okay. I don't remember. I think that's it. Let's see. What's the next slide?
It's blank. Oh, it's not blank. It's just nothing there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's it.
So does that bring us to the end?
I think it brings us to the end of this episode.
Okay. Well, then I will start up the cue at the end. Well, Steve will start up the end music here. And yeah, put this one in the bag, and hopefully my stomach will be better, and we can drink some bourbon next week.
We'll drink it next week. We'll be back next week with some segments, and we'll do some course reviews, and I think I'm going to try to pull together some work I've done on comparing my Garmin with my Arco sensors with
Oh,
my
nice.
golf shot. So I'm going to pull that together for next week as well.
And did I just read someplace that Unicore now integrates with Arcos?
Does it? I have to go. Well,
I
that's
saw like a Discord post that someone mentioned something about that, and I didn't like. I forgot about it, and I just now that you mentioned Arcos, it just popped in my head again. So
I'm going to go hunt that down and go see it. I'll have that for next week.
maybe that changes your decision.
I don't think so.
I mean.
All right, I'm glad
Okay.
you're feeling better. Welcome back.
Well,
Welcome back to
better
me
is a
for spring
relative
break.
term. I'm in the right direction, right?
Go get some sleep.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's sign out of here.
Sign out. We have go out video.
Yep. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Nope, that's the last one. Bye, everybody. Then the intro one started right after it, though. I actually pressed both.